Hello to the Yellow Couch family. Welcome to the 50th episode of Yellow Couch Chat. And today, I think I'm honored to have with me the Managing Director of NBC, Theobald Sabi. Welcome to the Yellow Couch.
Thank you. Thank you. And hello.
Yes.
Good to meet you. Asante.
Thank you. Welcome. It's like as if our guests are getting bigger and bigger. So we have a successful managing director with NBC, the oldest bank in Tanzania, right? How have you had such a successful year in 2021? I think some record profit there of 60 billion coming up.
Indeed, I think 2021 was a great year for NBC. And I would say it is not what we did in 2021. It is what we are doing.
Okay.
And it is what we continue to do. And for us, that is more about focusing on our customers and clients. Basically, putting them at the center of everything that we do. So making sure that our products, our services remain relevant, to them, to our customers. Bringing the bank closer, making our lending products, loan products, overdraft products more friendly and easier for them to access. And because of all of that, we've been able to grow everything in terms of loans to customers, deposits to customers, number of transactions, and the result of all of that is the profits that you've seen. So, a profit before tax of 60 billion. But what we are mostly proud about is the feedback that our customers are giving us about the improvement in our service proposition. We measure service.
Yeah.
We have metrics that we use.
Okay.
We have a matrix that we call a net promoter score, for example, where we go out and ask our customers about how they feel about our services, our products, how we respond when there are challenges or there are issues, how we respond. Because guess what? There's always going to be issues here and there, all right? But how we then respond to those issues is critical, all right? And we've seen improvement in all those fronts. So from my perspective, as the MD and my team, what we are particularly proud about is not the profits, but our service provision, to the public, how the public is viewing our services. I think the numbers is simply the result of everything that we do. So we are proud that we've increased our customer base. We are increasing credit provision to the public. We've gone into sectors like agriculture. So we do agricultural lending now to farmers.
Is this new?
Yeah, this is, at least for us, it is new. It's something we haven't done in the past, but we are doing it now with a little bit more focus and in a way that is more relevant. And we are doing agri-lending without security.
Okay.
All right, and we are able to do that as we work with our partners. And mostly our partners are the agricultural marketing societies, AMCOs, We are also working with our partners in the insurance industry, to make crop insurance available to farmers, for example. And we're also working with the National Health Insurance Fund to make health insurance available to those that benefit from our lending products in the agricultural value chain. So, I would say the success you're seeing is a result of the focus on customers and trying to be part of the country's economy, solving problems, providing solutions, and obviously lending to farmers is one of the solutions to the challenge around, for example, employability,
Yep.
Productivity in the agricultural sector, and provision, improvement of efficiencies, by making available farm implements like tractors and all of that. So I think it's a number of things, but
Yep.
I do coin it as mostly focusing on our customers, because they are what makes us as a
Absolutely.
bank. And our profits really is simply the outcome, but mostly it's the focus on our customers. And that is something we continue to do going forward, and that's our motto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So a constant focus on the customer, and sounds like you've ventured into some new product areas which are attracting a new landscape of customer.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, what is the average customer of NBC Bank? For most people, we think NBC Bank is a corporate bank or a commercial bank, but sounds like there's more to it.
No, there is more to it. I mean, we're definitely a bank that has comes from a corporate background. I think that's a fact. However, it is a bank that's universal. We are a universal bank. We have retail customers, and when you look at our retail customer base, we've got everyone. We have those who are still in school, kids. We have products for them. We have products for the youth. We have products for women. We have products for everyone within the retail chain. But we are also a bank that is focused on small, medium enterprises. We are focused on the corporate. We are also focused on what we call the public sector. But we also look after micro now, and we're working with partners like I spoke of the agricultural marketing societies, and that's micro for us. So we are a universal bank, right? But granted, yes, historically we were a corporate focused business that was very strong from trade finance and corporate lending and stuff like that. But apart from that, we have a very vibrant retail business, SME business, and now, as you've seen, micro lending as part of agricultural proposition, for example, is a key part of what we do. So we are a universal bank. We are a universal bank.
And I wanna touch a little bit on that, the youth sector.
Yeah.
We all know the numbers of how many young people there are underneath the age of 25, majority of the country. What are you doing now to address the future challenges that you're going to face? Those are your future customers.
Correct.
What is NBC doing today to make sure that those future customers will be served?
Yeah, so as I said, our focus really is to concentrate on the customer, understanding the customer. And we do appreciate that the youth are unique as the youth. And our philosophy is to concentrate on the youth, understand their needs. And therefore, we are doing a number of initiatives to bring the bank closer to the youth. And part of that is our digital proposition. You will agree that the youth, would prefer to interact with the bank digitally, for example. And we've invested quite a lot on our digital footprint, our digital proposition as alternative channels that are attractive to the youth. But having said that, we also realize that the youth are at different stages in terms of their economic activities, and therefore they need a completely different proposition when it comes to lending, for example. So one of our key initiative is to work with the youth through our employability program, all right, through our business clubs to help the youth to understand what it takes to start a business, what it takes to access a loan from the bank, but then we back that up with actually proper lending programs that support the youth. So, for example, our agricultural proposition. This is a proposition where we are able to lend to farmers, but without security, because of the structure that we have through working with agricultural marketing societies, for example. So, and we appreciate that the youth may not have the security, for example, to pledge for them to access loans. Or so the ability to make loans available without the condition of security is critical, you know, to the youth. But we also have other programs where we are able to extend credit, working with credit enhancement arrangements like guarantees and such programs, so that the youth can access the credit that they need, so they can get on and start their business and move forward. So I guess the needs of the youth will continue to evolve. I think what's extremely important for us or any other institution is to continue to be obtaining the feedback and improving on the product and bring it back into the market. That way we continue to remain relevant and continue to provide the solutions that the youth need. Towards mid last year, we launched a product that we call Kuanasi.
Yes,
Kuanasi in Swahili, grow with us. Maybe that's probably the literal translation, grow with us. But what we're trying to do with this product is to encourage the youth that you must start to save today, regardless of how much you're making.
Starts now.
You start now. But if you start to save, at some point, we will give you a loan because you will have created a history. We get to know your history, and at some point we'll give you a loan. So you grow with us, Kuanasi. And it is a product that is designed based on research, and it is designed with the youth in mind. That they gotta start to save with a purpose.
And they're proving their credibility.
Exactly. So you start to save with a purpose, and at some point we give you a loan. All right. So as I said, we have to continue to study, understand the youth, get their feedback, and improve on what we do. But for us, it's a holistic approach.
And when we think about the future now, of course, you can't think about the future and not think about digitization. I don't know if this is a bit of a sore subject or not, but how much of a threat are the telecoms for banks today?
I tend to look at the telecoms as an industry. Let me use that word. I think it's an industry that is complementing, you know, the banking sector. I mean, you talk of the alternative digital channels that are now in use, you know, in the provision of banking services. That technology, you know, has been made possible by this industry, by the telecoms industry. And from that perspective, I think the telecoms industry is complementary, you know, to the banking industry.
How so?
And so for that's a technology, just the technology. The fact that everyone in Tanzania probably now has access to data, and because of that, you can access your bank account through internet banking, for example, or through your mobile phone. You know, that is something that has been enabled by the telecom industry. So from that perspective, that is complementing complementing the banking industry, and therefore, from our perspective as NBC, our view is to work with partners. We're looking for partners. You know, great ideas that we can put together to be able to provide services to our customers in a more efficient way, more convenient way. That is something we will do. At the end of the day, we want the customer to have the services they need conveniently, cheaply. I think that's probably what will ensure that the industry continues to grow.
Yeah.
So we have to evolve as
Absolutely.
well as an industry.
Nice, and a future of collaboration
Exactly.
rather than fierce competition.
No.
So I want to switch the
Yeah.
conversation a little. You're approaching around 4 years, I think, as the managing director of NBC.
Correct.
And it is your first appointment as an MD.
Correct.
Talk to us. What was it like to come into an organization this big at that level, managing the stakeholders, having such a large exco or executive team? For people who are probably now at that stage where they're probably wanting to just jump into that role, what advice do you have for them?
Yeah, so I joined NBC in 2014, around September. So I was promoted from within.
Yeah.
You know, I think in October 2018. So that's around 4 years now as the MD. So I think for me, my experience was, you know, you moving from running a department to now running the bank. And so, granted, there are technical adjustments you need to make. You know, you probably was a subject matter expert in a particular area, but you now need to be a generalist who knows a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
But someone who is expected to rally the troops and get them moving. So I think one of the critical adjustment is to realize that your role is now different. You know, and you know the role of an MD is simply 3 things.
Okay.
You know, I think it's systems, yeah, strategy, and people.
Okay.
3 things. That's the role of an MD.
Yeah.
Systems, strategy, people.
That covers everything.
That covers everything. So
Yeah.
by systems, I mean processes, policies, procedures. Are they working? You're not expected to be in the process of doing it day to day, but you need to make sure they're working. All right. And strategy, you know, where are you taking this organization? You know, what are the opportunities? You know, and within strategy, stakeholder management comes into play, you know, into that. And then people, you know, getting the right people across to work with you, making sure they understand the direction, you know, keep them motivated, sort their issues, their problems. You know, so being able to transition from, you know, what you probably good at from a technical perspective into this is probably one of the most important change that anyone being promoted into an MD role must make.
Okay.
You know, and appreciating that this is now your role, strategy, people, and systems. And by systems, I mean processes, procedures, technical matters and stuff like that. So that's really the role, and any challenge you encounter will be around those. Now, I think having people that you look up to, you know, people that have been MDs before you know, that you can talk to, who can help you. You know, they will tell you, no, I've navigated this is what I did. You know, you can learn from people. So that's important. But also just trying to learn as much as you can. Granted, there's quite a number of books around that you should read. You know, keep developing yourself. There are courses to go to. But I think if you approach it with a mindset that there is something to learn, and that you remain open to feedback, I think it's possible to do a good job.
Nice, and I love the fact that you've mentioned you're still learning, and
Yeah,
you've got
exactly.
to keep learning.
Exactly.
I want to just touch on strategy there.
Yes.
Strategy is one of these slippery things. It's not black or white.
Yeah.
As an MD, you have a pressure to deliver results and outcomes and objectives. Where does that strategy come from? Is it something you sort of just overnight, one night in your dream, think of a great idea? Or where does it all come from, and how do you make sure, and how do you know this is the right thing to do?
I think you, as an MD, you are there to lead an organization. All right. And the most important part of strategy is people. If you surround yourself with the right people, then the ideas will flow. And your job becomes to bring the ideas together, harness them, have a process where you encourage the ideas to come, they are debated, they are discussed, and then the not so good ideas are discarded, the good ones tried. I think that's important. But you also have a board that is there to advise you, to work with you. So I think your role should be to harness all this human capital that you have around you, and the human capital will bring ideas. You have your own ideas, and you put that together. It shouldn't be difficult to come up, with the right strategy. Even though the most important thing then is to bring that strategy into action. Into action.
And that's
into
your systems.
execution. That's your systems. That's your policies, processes, and to get it into action and monitor it. And then say, this is long term, this is short term. So every year you're saying, we are doing this year. But what you're doing this year fits your long-term strategy. So that way you continue to work towards your strategy. And as long as you have a measurement process in the organization to say, are we meeting our objectives? Is the strategy working? Should we change? Because guess what? You may say, I want to do this, and then you discover the technology has changed and you got to do something different. So that's part of the process. I think we just need to remain agile, you know, and accept that we may need to change if you have to change.
Thank you. That is solid advice, and as an aspiring CEO myself, I've definitely picked up a few lessons there. I want to take us through to our next section where we want to get to know you. Not about the position, but a little bit about who is Theobald or Mr. Sabi. So I have a few questions for you. If you just give us a quick answer on the first thing that comes up. What do you do for fun and relaxation?
Well, I do a lot. I do a lot. So I am an avid learner. So you will be surprised, but I do learn as part of relaxation. So books. I study subjects that if I told you, you may be surprised. Are you studying this?
Like
but
what?
I do that.
Can you share?
Some of them I would rather not. But I so that's part of my relaxation. I am trying to do golf. I'm not good at it yet, but I am trying. But I read a lot. I'll do movies now and then. So I'm bits and pieces of various things in terms of my private time and private life. That's really what I do. But I get a lot of satisfaction from learning new things. The different subjects and stuff like that. I do that quite a lot.
Is there any defining moment that really sticks out to you in your life? A moment where this is going to change me forever?
Okay, I think there's quite a number, but maybe to share. You know, so my first degree was in electrical engineering.
Okay.
All right, and you know, I had a friend at university who, you know, at some point kept advising me that, you know what, I think you would do well in this area, you know, and from his perspective, he thought I would have done very well on the business side of things. And yeah, so one day we went for an interview at a certain company. Probably no need to mention that. And I was surprised. I had never been in a business class or an accounting class, but I got marks and I came up tops.
Okay.
I said, hang on, how is this? How is it possible? This is partly how I then ended up in banking, and I'm a chartered accountant as we speak today, ACCA. All right. So, but when I look back, for me, everything then adds up because I think life is like that. You know, you start somewhere, you may, you know, end up somewhere, but everything for me connects. All right, and in banking, I've done finance, finance side of banking. I then did the credit side, banking. Then I did the sales side, the corporate banking director, and then now MD. So when I look back, I think, and at the experience and the journey I've been into, I think everything connects. When I look at it backward, I say, okay, everything connects.
And that just teaches us the importance of keeping good company.
Exactly.
It was your friend who
who
pushed it. Still good. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Thank you so much, Theobald, for coming onto the couch. A lot of pearls of wisdom there from you. We appreciate your time and energy to give back. But for our audience, please do subscribe, share, comment. Let us know what you think about today and what your key 3 lessons for today were. Thank you very much.